Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Memoirs of a Father. This is your boy, your homie, your friend, your pal, your Sherpa to all things marital. AJ to the G, that be me. So guys, uh, first post of the year to be honest. First off, let me tell you guys, Happy New Year. From me to you, from my family to your family, Happy New Year, okay? Also, because today is sometime after Valentine's, uh, Happy Valentine's Day. Hope your Valentine's Day was wonderful and magical and magnificent. If it wasn't, I'm sorry. I probably should have posted a video to kind of help you prepare for that. Um, and while I say sorry, I'm really not sorry because it's not my fault. You should have already been on your stuff. Um, but I digress. What I want to talk to you guys about is um, it's kind of grown up. It might not be all that funny, but it is definitely important. Uh, and before I get into it, allow me to say that the purpose of my channel is to help people, help young men, help young ladies, help grown men, help grown women in their marriages by offering up marital um, tips, pointers, things that I learned in my marriage. Because once again, as was stated in the previous video, when you get married, people don't tell you everything. You end up having to figure this stuff out. And that's okay. That's what life is about, is figuring stuff out. That's the beauty of marriage. Marriage is a union between two people, and then you watch that union grow. And then all the things that are produced from that union have the chance and the opportunity to be either incredibly beautiful or incredibly miserable. I prefer for everything to be incredibly beautiful. Um, that being said, one of the key components to a successful marriage is having a husband who is devoted and involved and actively participating in the marriage. Because unfortunately, as is our nature, men have a habit of oversimplifying everything. There's a term for oversimplification of life. It's called tunnel vision, where you are literally just focused on the bare minimum things that help life to continue moving, not really dialed into the quality of life that there is. So, this video's message is called Finding a Balance and Maintaining that Balance. Now, I'm going to define that for you, and then I'm going to give you real world application, okay? This is how this works. First off, we need to realize it is 2018, not 1952, okay? It's not men go to work, come home, and there's a wonderful wife wearing an apron holding a martini with a pot roast in the oven. That's not how this works anymore. To be honest, if anybody finds a woman who can cook, you better hold on to her. There are women out here who will burn water. I kid you not. How you burn water? I don't know. They don't know. All they know is that they can do it and they can do it well. It's terrible. So you find a woman who can cook, first off, props to you, good job. Stop looking. That's the one you got. That's the one you can work with. But I digress. But current times, both people work now. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Both people work. I work. My wife works. Now, I would say that I've structured my life, my house, my marriage to where I work. My wife doesn't have to work. She works because she wants to, and that's all well and good. It gives her something to do, which is fine because she can't stand it. She doesn't like to stay in the house all the time. She likes to be active. She likes to do stuff. She likes to help and participate. So that's why she works, because she wants to, but not because she has to. It's an entirely different scenario. Striking that balance. Now, in that, while she works part-time and I work full-time, I'm a manager at the place that I work, and my wife works for the same company, and she's a cashier, which is all well and good. Um, but even in that, while I'm at work 50 or 60 hours a week, and my wife may work 20, on a busy week, she may work 20, um, that doesn't mean that she's not working when she's not at work. She takes care of the house. She grocery shops. The bills don't pay themselves. Food don't cook itself. Food surely doesn't bring itself from the grocery store to my house. And then, of course, she has other responsibilities as far as with her and her family and her sister and her brother and her mother and, of course, our church. So my wife is definitely busy and active doing other things while I'm at work for 10, 11, 12 hours a day. I can't expect to go to work for 11 hours a day, come home, eat some food, and go to sleep, and then go and do it all over again, and think that somehow everything else is going to be handled by my wife, who's completely and totally happy doing all that stuff. That's not balance. Balance is when I go to work, I come home, I spend time talking to my wife. Hey, babe, how are you doing? How was your day? Yo, is there something I can do for you? Or better yet, when I just come in and I wash some clothes, or I wash the dishes, or I cook dinner and let her rest. Because I know she's been busy. I come home and tell her that I still think that she's beautiful and attractive. That I like this or that I like that or that, hey, this is cool. Or even to sit there and work on building our lives together. Hey, babe, I know you want to paint. What color should we paint this room? These are things that you can do to, first off, find a balance. And two, to help to build a life. Because getting married isn't just about the two of y'all paying bills together and living together and sleeping in the same bed together. There's so much more that goes into it because you're building a future. You're building a life together. We're talking about having kids. So, we've got these other things to be thinking about or to be considering. And I can't leave that all to her and just think that I'm just the muscle. That doesn't happen anymore. We have to plan together. But you see, that's where the awesomeness comes in, because when you're striking a balance and you're building and working together, you're sharing the responsibilities together. You're building a camaraderie. You're creating unity in your home. So it's not, this is my stuff and this is your stuff. No, everything is our stuff. We share the responsibility of cooking. My wife hates dishes, so I normally do the dishes. I'm terrible with money, so she handles the bills. I make the money. I make the money. I do what I'm supposed to do, which is to provide for her, to pay the bills. But even in it, like, I see my debit card maybe once every 6 weeks. Literally. That's just life. She gives me my gas money and then and a little couple dollars to put in my pocket, keep the lint more, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? And that's well and good. That's her strength. She's great with money. I suck at money. That's her strength. But that's what she does for the house. My strength is doing dishes. So that's what I do. It's 2018. You have to, like I keep saying, find balance, maintain balance, so that everything isn't sitting on her. Because if everything's sitting on her, she's going to feel neglected. She's going to be upset. She's going to feel overworked and underappreciated. And then that is when you have issues. Because home base, this is the fortress. This is the control center. This is the castle. This is the temple. If you ain't handling business here, believe me, there's going to be somebody else who's going to want to handle your business for you. If you understand what I'm sizzling. Now, that is what I want to talk about as far as the benefit of maintaining balance. Because, yeah, you work 12 hours a day, you get tired. You are tired. You stay tired. But that's life. Now, in all that time that you're gone, she's doing her thing. If your wife is feeling underappreciated, neglected, and overworked, all it takes is for somebody else to just come up to her and give her a couple good words. Talk to her real good in her ear. They found an opening because you're not handling business at home because you got tunnel vision. Does that make sense? They will weasel their way into your house and into your marriage and into your relationship to take those things out of your relationship that they want. So if you don't have balance, then you've left an opening for somebody else to come in and wreak havoc in your house and in your marriage. Now, I bring this up because This is one of the things that I've had to deal with at the beginning of the year. Part of the reason I haven't made a post. Long story short, a guy who works in the same company as me and my wife tried to befriend me after befriending my wife, and then somehow thought that he could switch it to where he wasn't just really trying to be friends with my wife. He was trying to put the moves on her. He was trying to create his own avenue to get my queen. That being said, once again, I strive for balance in my household. I do. I take care of my wife. I take care of my wife physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and sexually. All fronts, all covered. Sure, she has cliff notes, but that's beside the point. The fact of the matter is, my wife knows that I give my best to take care of her in all of those aspects, in all of those avenues. This dude thought that he was going to be able to kind of slide up in there and find one of those avenues in which he could then persuade my wife. Nah, player. It ain't gonna happen like that. Because once again, this is my fortress. This is my place. This is my wife. This is my relationship. I've invested in it. When you maintain balance and you invest in your relationship, other people, snakes in the grass, predators, they don't have an opening to get in. They can't come into your house. They can't come into your marriage. They can't come into your relationship and mess nothing up. Period. That's just it. My wife knows I'm loyal, and she knows that I will do any and everything for her. Not because I say it all the time, but because I do it all the time. And no, I'm not perfect. Nowhere near it. And I'm sure I have plenty more to learn about this. But what I've learned so far is that I cannot just go to work, come home, take a dump, eat some food, go to sleep, and think that my wife is taken care of or that I'm doing my part in this relationship. It doesn't work that way. It's 2018. I have to be able to cook. I have to be able to pick up the slack wherever it is that needs me to pick it up at. I have to have some type of thought. I have to have some type of intent. I can't just give all of my energy to my employer, to my job, and then come home and give her nothing. That's not balance. In fact, not only is that not balance, that is the stark opposite of what it was when we were dating. I hated that argument. You were so much different when we were dating. Yeah. And sometimes that comes up, and that's because I even tend to go back into my tunnel vision, and I have to be reminded that's not how I was when I was dating. That's not how I should be now. I have to spend time with my wife. I have to make her laugh, not only because it's something that she requires, but it's something that I require. Because it helps me to understand what it is that I'm getting up and going to work for. I'm not going to work to pay bills. I'm going to work to take care of my wife so that we can have this wonderful quality of life, to enjoy one another, to enjoy being together, being in a relationship, having this house, making and planning a future. All this stuff is important, man. So yeah, husbands, boyfriends, people who are engaged to get married, think about this real carefully. Check yourself. Make sure you ain't just oversimplifying things, because it's habit. As you grow, as you get older, your frame of reference, your field of vision, your focus expands. Be mindful that as your life grows, your focus is expanding as well. Because if you ain't watching, somebody else is going to get in there and jump in where you ain't paying no attention. That's just it. With that being said, guys, I'm pretty sure that this is about the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate y'all. Y'all know the spiel. Y'all know the deal. If you like it, click the thumbs up button, subscribe, and I will do my best to put up videos once a month to help you, educate you, edify you, increase you, and make you better at what you're doing, which is building a future with your spouse and with your kids. Other than that, this has been your boy AJ to the G, wishing y'all the very best in 2018. Catch you on the flip. Deuces.